Enemies can go to see my face. Me I know I'm not watching me. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Enemies can go to see my face. Me I know I'm not watching me. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so angry, my papa was so angry, my friend was here on my knee. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way, 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 I on my way. I'm on my way to this person. I'm looking for money. Looking for money. Looking for money. I want my mama happy. Want my papa happy. Want my brothers and sisters to come around me. Yeah. Why you know you hustle? Why you saying the book by the Genesis? Shall come at the price, shall come at the power. I feel be working on Wednesday. You must look for the mile, you must look for the map. All in the dark, all in the dark, all in the week, all in the all in the sun. The mama was so angry. No more air. My papa was so angry. My friend was here on my knee. And the mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way, 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 I on my way. I'm my way, I'm my way, I'm my way.
I'm a resident of Province and a manager of Dennis Kitchen, West African, mainly Liberian dishes.
How long has this business been in operation?
We've been in business for about 5 years now.
How has the cooperation of the community been?
It's been pretty much supportive, not just Africans, but also our brothers and sisters of the African American community also been supportive, as well as other African and even other nationalities. So far, so good. We've been having a lot of support from different ethnic groups and different nationalities.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tony Commander, J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is Saturday, December the 10th, 2022. A lot of things go on today. First of all, it's in the lower 30 degrees in Providence, Rhode Island. We may be expecting rain today sometime. Check your news. I had no time to do it this morning, but I heard sometime during the week that there may be precipitation sometime over this weekend. So take heed and govern yourselves. Check your news and make sure you're safe. Take your umbrella with you. Okay? What's happening in the news? So yesterday, the Minister of Justice came out and gave our people, the CPP, permission to have the December rally. And let me put my topics up because this morning we're going to do a brief review of the past week before we deal with my people in the Buduburam refugee camp. We know my people having their graduation today. I mean, these guys done 7 months of intensive training, learning how to bake their cake, learning how to do donuts, learning how to do different kinds of pastry. Now, they're finally getting the certificate, and God bless them. You hear my message on that if you haven't already heard it. But this is a great feat for our people to see these young people taking the initiative to move themselves forward. Now, more and more people coming out to sign up for the school. Plenty of people seeing the graduation going on. I mean, it's unbelievable. The graduation today. You should see the hall, one of the big pastors in Ghana coming, one of the pastors who are always on TV and everything, he's coming to the ceremony. He hasn't been in the camp for almost 10 years, but he heard about the graduation. He said he come on the camp, he would do a tour, then he coming to do the graduation because he's proud of this effort that people on the camp now taking initiative to change their lives and do meaningful things for them and their families. And this is outstanding. I'm so blessed that I'm being involved in this, to spearhead this kind of initiative. Out of Liberia too, okay? So let me put my topics up and we just review them for the day. Today's topic, review of this week in the news. We talk about this rally, the December 17th rally. We talk about L.A. Johnson Sirleaf. We tie her too. We talk about what else? The U.S. ambassador and the issues of sanctions and all these things. So we'll just touch on it briefly before I go into my second topic with my people in the graduation, and we can have a good weekend. Okay? Because hey, soccer. Did you see those matches yesterday? The first one I was watching it. It was intense. I watched it until I started talking to my people in Ghana, and I lost track when they started taking the penalty kicks, and I lost track. But the second game, man, I watched that game. You saw the Netherlands. They were leading those guys, man, and those guys never gave up. And that's my motto. Break bone, break back, never draw back, and they never drew back, man. In the last few minutes of the game, those guys equalized. It was unbelievable. I mean, they didn't win eventually, but just the sheer excitement and challenge of that game was so exciting, man. Those were the guys from the Netherlands did not give up. I mean, it was in the second half. I mean, the second half is 45 minutes. So it was like 20 minutes towards the end of the second half. Maybe 10. When those guys started pushing it, I mean, they didn't stop. They just kept attacking. And they scored the first goal. And they didn't give up, man. I think they scored the second goal 4 minutes to the end of the game. 4 minutes. The Argentinians must go crazy, man. You know, to see you leading 2-0. They were leading 2-0. The guy came and put 2-1, 2-2 and caught up. But they beat them in a 5-5 penalty because the Argentina goalkeeper saved the first 2 goals, man. He was fantastic with those 2 goals. Then their people missed 2 goals too, I think. So it was just a bad day for them. But today, the soccer continues after my show. It starts at 9:30 or 9 o'clock. So make sure you check out. England's supposed to be playing today. England, who else? I can't remember. So Croatia from yesterday and Argentina going to the semifinals. So that's only 2 teams that are going up. So they will have 2 other teams today that the other 2 teams today will go forward and they'll play the semifinals. Okay, right now this is the quarterfinals and probably sometime like week after next. So let's get into my topics for this morning. And my second topic, we'll talk about the Buduburam refugee camp and Dr. Prescod. Okay? Let me just pay respect to some of our people in the community who doing some good things too.
Caribbean cuisine. So we have a beautiful outdoor that we have a selection of different type of food that you can enjoy. We have jerk chicken, jerk ribs, especially the weekend. We got some different specials gonna go on, and we are best Haitian cooking, but also you can find a little bit of everything that we carry here. And we are at 405 Harris Avenue, Providence, Rhode Island. Thank you, come on by and try us out. Looking forward to see you guys.
Let me tell you straight. I am in favor of protests. I'm in favor of peaceful protests. Because there's no way under the sun that our people will be suffering. We're experiencing the hardship that we're going through today. Our president is out of the country on a spree somewhere in the world. And our people can't do nothing about it. In other nations, people will be resorting to violence and uprising and everything. I support a peaceful protest. There's nothing wrong with a peaceful protest. It doesn't have to be like in the past, where our people carrying caskets and all that kind of thing. It doesn't have to be that demonstrative. So just let the people have the protests. Let the police be there to show peace and stability. No rioting, no excessive and exuberance or whatever it is that may lead to violence. Just keep the peace. Do what you want to do. Let the people protest as long as they want to protest. But when we start doing these counter protests and forbidding the people when they have a right to protest, when it's a constitutional right, why you want to stop the people? Your group can protest. Why the other can do things you want to do in the state? Why the other people can do what they want to do? And this is a free country, And this is some of the maturity that needs to exist in our country, or else our whole political system will break down. Maturity. We need it in our country. We got too many young people acting out of emotion, trying to have things their own way, thinking that they can just deter things and do what they want to do. You can't. You can't. And the more we speak up against these things, the more we make our voices heard on all the different podcast shows, on all the different debates and newscasting. Things will change in our country. Because the more people hear how we feel, and most of us having the same collective feelings about the negative things going on in our country, condemning it, telling our people who can do better, asking who are all these incompetent people, unprofessional people who want to lead our country, people who falsify documents, not qualified for positions. These things been going on for long. This is not the first time. But it's just that we're getting hipper. We're getting hipper to the game now. And Liberians are standing up now and demanding accountability. You see, when we sit down and act ignorant and act like we don't know, that when evil persists. Nobody telling us to go in the street and take our collarses and be running around. Yeah. We don't have to do that. But we have to conscientize our society. We got to make our people aware. We got to raise their minds to the ideals of the world. Many of people watching TVs, they're not going to school. Some of our children spend more time watching TV than studying their lesson. So if they can come on the internet and see more and more of us telling them what they need to hear, what we need to tell them, our country will change. We can't be afraid of protests. We can't deny people. That's part of our democratic system of governance. This thing may go on from time immemorial. Watch all the cowboy shows. Watch the old cowboy show with Wire Earp and all the things. Because on the Wire Earp, the era of the cowboy Wire Earp, that was when America was coming into more and more modern standard. They were getting rid of the cowboy era. The people just go in the bars and shoot all that. Those were the cowboy eras. And when you see Wyatt Earp, always understand that his era brought law enforcement into America. Wyatt Earp had his problems too. He was a horse thief. They put him in jail. Fortunately, he escaped, and when he was in another state, he escaped and came to his state. And I think that they didn't have any extradition laws in his state. So when he came to his state and started working, they needed law enforcement. And he took the badge to be a marshal. And when he took it, he fit right in, man. This guy started becoming, he changed his ways. They started becoming law abiding. But they had a problem with the cowboys. The Hatfield and the McCoy and all of that. That's the story. Those are true stories. When you hear American people talking about the Hatfields and the McCoy, that Wyatt Earp time, those were the two feuding family in Tombstone, Arizona. These two families were feuding and they were killing each other. They didn't care. And they were cowboys too, man. They would just come all through the town and do all kind of, and Wyatt Earp was hired to be a marshal in that area to stop all those things. So that's a true cowboy story. But in that story, they talk about Doc Holliday. He was another policeman. He was one of the big policemen too who caught, and when he caught Billy the Kid, I think. I don't know if that Doc Holliday who did that, but these were the guys that changed America. That got rid of the cowboy era and brought a little bit of law enforcement with the U.S. Army and all those things. So when you learn about these kind of things, we can be on the same kind of history in a different light. Because we gotta be the people to restore law and order to our country. We gotta be like the same people. Because right now the way our country is, our country run by cowboys. I'm glad I thought about this story to bring it in because these are the people running our country. People just doing what they want to do. No real accountability or anything. I mean, it's just that people come and shoot. You might as well come and just shoot all through the city and just rip and loot and do everything you want to do. So we too need an era of accountability now. We have gone astray. You know, we have gone so far astray. And how do we come back? How do we raise the consciousness of our people, as I was telling you, to understand not only their rights, but the need to live better lives? We're all depending so much on the government, on other people from other nations, international community. When we get a sense of ownership of our country, when we're able to reinstall our systems of governance, of wholesome functioning societal operations, our country will rapidly change because, look, you wouldn't believe our people are talented, man. We got so many gifted people. We got so many talented people. But when our minds are only focused on politics and the negative things in our society, we can't achieve nothing. We can't achieve nothing. We're too political as a people because we ain't got nothing else to rely on. We are 16 tribal groups. I told you one of my lessons. Our history is young. We will be heading towards 200 years, but in reality, our history really starts from Tottenham. When you talk about motivation of the people, amalgamation of the country, bringing the country together, integration of our society, you know, most of the things started under Tottenham. Our society was together a little bit, but because of Tottenham unification and integration policy and all these things, it encouraged further unification of our people, further integration. You always have the old people, even in America here. Look how we're trying to change racism in America. Look how we're trying to change bigotry. But you still got this pocket of old people who have influenced young people too, that are set in their ways with racism, with bigotry and all of these. Some of those people, it will take years for it to get out of them because they're set in their ways and they can't see anything better until they meet the real challenge for change and direction. It's the same thing with us in our country. All the tribalism, all this Congoism, all these things, people stuck in their ways. Our old people, some not all the way you tell them to change, or yeah, they will attempt to change, but yet they will not really want to change. Because all the conspiracy theories, the superstition, all the negative things It's grounded in them. It's grounded in them. And the way our society is going today, if we all don't make a conscious effort to change the minds of our children, they will end up getting our old people. You know, look at, for example, look at Steve Boley talking about division based on tribal land or ancient stupid things. Because we're not making a real conscious effort to change our societal norms, to change our society ideals. We gotta make efforts to do that. We still got some serious problems because our leadership is not of the caliber to understand what it means to institute those things in our society that will really help to change our societal minds, where our children will be able to accept people, each other, without barriers. You know, when we put tribal barriers, when we put religious barriers between us, it diminishes our efforts to come together. You know, we know everybody got their religion, everybody got their own idiosyncrasies, their own things you can do by yourself. But when it comes to coming together as a people, there are certain things we need to focus on more. You know, our country, our children, and especially, of all, their future. How can we impact their futures? How can we help our children not be like us? How can we help our children interrelate with each other with open minds? You know? Yeah, we know you're from Nimba, you know you're from this place, but yet that is not a hindrance to us coming together, to us doing business together, to us being fair and honest with each other. That shouldn't hinder us. You see? But when we put tribal barriers between us, because with tribe comes family. Our tribes are connected to families. When we put tribes and all these things before us, it creates barriers that disturb our relationships, that intersect in our business operations, all these things, trusting each other, you know? Because when we put all those things in between us, it hampers our relationships. So as a people, we have to understand that we look at our society, we look at our leaders, we look at the situations that continue to pop up in our society that divide us, that create barriers for us. We got to know how to deal with these things. And right now, our old leadership and our current leadership, you know, causing us problems. Because I told you we tired with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Because she's interfering with this government. She is. All the traveling that woman doing, all the world meetings she's doing, the world ministers, people asking her about Liberia. She has the opportunity to create havoc in Liberia, to interfere with our electoral processes, our aid money, all these things. To what extent is this woman involvement in the international community still impacting Liberia, or is a hindrance to our progress and advancement? You know, because you hear on the show talking the other day, I heard talking to that green woman, I don't know, green leaf or green, who was ambassador to Liberia, the American woman. She was telling the woman she didn't know whether she made a mistake about George Weah. Now, that's the same we're talking now. Interfering. Your time finished. You're not supposed to interfere in the politics of our country. What you want has nothing to do with what in our country. And this is the first aspect of what happened in our country. And this woman is so entrenched in everything in our country. She handily playing everything in our country. And now we can't get no peace and stability. Because she still want, actually she still want to act like she obligated to us, or we her children, or it's her duty to see that we survive. She already messed our country up. She told us she was going to destroy it. When we destroy the mansion, she would build it back. We destroyed the mansion. Instead of building it back, she brought her children and ripped our all country company off and left and brought this man in to deceive us. Yeah, we the Congo people started, so what you want to do? We the Congo people brought all your native people together too. If we didn't bring that, if we didn't come, all the native people will be fighting each other. So what started what now? Y'all want to break our country up and let everybody go in their own little society bush and let them do that where in the 1800s, let the British or French or America come and force us to come together and put their flags over our country flag? If that's what y'all want, we can do it. We can do it. Because if y'all going to act like your small children all the time, y'all the Congo people did it, y'all the native people did it, our country will never grow. So let's be a part of ignorant children and just walk around and divide our country up. Why y'all sitting here fussing for? Let's just split the country up. Let everybody take their share and go to Nima and go to Bassor and go to Kipma and go sit down there with Vani Shema as your chief and Prince Johnson as your president and all the criminals as your warlords and shit. Y'all take them. We tired with you old people, James Colley, acting like young children, acting stupid. We tired with y'all, man. Y'all gotta grow the fuck up and stop being immature and stupid. Our country will never grow up. Even the Congo people, in the country people, in the country people, in the American people, in the international people, and somebody. Wake the hell up, man. Why we got to point finger all the time instead of fixing the shit? Ain't gonna fix the shit. Pointing finger, oh, you did it, me did it, I did it, you did it. I ain't gonna be fixed. Everybody blaming everybody. Everybody feelings, all they're touching and feeling. Oh, you hurt my feeling. Oh, you did that my feeling. Oh, you cussed my mom. Because everybody got something like a damn complaint in this damn country. That's why we can't get nothing done. That's why we can't move forward. Everybody got to say something stupid. Enough is enough. If you got no damn opinion, shut your damn mouth. You ain't got to talk. Why you got to talk? Everybody got to have an opinion. That's the mentalities of idiots. Because smart people know when you don't have nothing to say, you shut your mouth up. What contribution, Mr. Colley? My school graduated today from the Buduburam refugee camp, the Dr. Prescod school. They are Liberian people. I'm going to make contribution in Liberia. I can make contribution to my people. You say you stupid? That's another idiot shit you got. Why I got to go to Liberia to make contribution to people that are dying, a nation that are dying? I want people that are living, people that want life, people that want to learn and be motivated and change their minds. I don't want people that want to live in people and slum like downslip where. You asking me what contribution I made? You see me making my contribution right here. Can you do what I'm doing? You can't do it. I come here to do it this every morning to make my contribution. Then you watching me talking, listening to me, enjoying my conversation, then you ask me what contribution I'm making. You see, everybody cannot have opinions. Sometimes even you got opinion, you need to shut your damn mouth and just listen. You just listen, man. And pointing finger don't get us nowhere. It will not change our lives. It will not feed us. Our people dying now. Who the people feeding people? The country people? Why the president of Liberia? Who's supposed to be a country man over our people and leading us and feeding you? Where is he? He's not nowhere around. So you think leadership matter whether you conquer a country? It matter. All the people that stole our money and been stealing, that only Congo people, that only country people, all of them been stealing. So pointing fingers don't solve our problems. We got some serious problems. And if you love your children, you wouldn't be pointing fingers either. Because all of this rests on our children and their futures. And what they're going to be tomorrow. Are they going to be sitting here doing the stupid shit me and you doing, talking about the Congo people did that? Because if we don't change our country, what do you think our children will be doing? They will be, our fathers did the same thing. Their fathers before them did the same thing, sat down and were fussing about country Congo. And today we still fussing about country Congo. Why? Because we never got up to change our stupid mentalities. When you don't change your minds, your spirit and your ways will not change. It will not change. You got to understand. If we don't change our minds now, if we don't make our minds to do something decisive for our society, our people, our children and their children will be sitting here telling we talking about country and Congo, they'll be doing the same stupid shit. They'll be doing the same thing. Because instead of us changing our society, we were acting like our pa and ma. Kali did the same shit our people be doing from JJ Rawatan. Oh, you Congo, we still doing it. We still doing it because we never made a conscious effort to stop it. And I don't want to waste my time with that kind of thing because my life is progressive, man. My life is progressive. I am not an island. I know I cannot survive by myself. And I ain't going to waste time with stupidity when I know there are progressive, young, and educated people out there who I can teach to join me to make their lives better with mine. I ain't got time for bullshit. Yo, I come to Liberia, you don't play that Congo and country shit, you're still on damn side. Because I'm not depending on government. I'm not depending on government. I'm an innovative man. Me and my people can make money. We'll find ways to make money and survive and change our lives and raise our children different. You will see. When you ever hear Rodney Chesson home in Liberia, you can't look at where me and my people from the Buduburam camp will be living. We're not coming to live like y'all. Y'all won't live that idiotic, stupid way. Me and my people will be in a compound. The Buduburam refugee people already don't know your people in Liberia. So when they come home, they'll be foreigners. So I'll put me and my foreigners in a big fence. And when you come to our gate, you will come to buy for us because we have things to sell. Okay? Okay? Oh, my mindset changed, Kali. If my mindset wasn't changed, I wouldn't invest my money in my own school on the Buduburam camp. You come to see us soon. You come to see us soon. Because I'm not dependent on government to make changes in my community. You're sitting now waiting for government. You asking me what I'm doing. What you do? All of you are waiting for government. All of you are waiting for government to do things for you. Because if government don't do it, it will not happen. You know, look at Kipma, look at Nimba, look at Bassa. Why do you think the counties are suffering? Because all the people there sitting now, not taking the initiative to do what they need to do, waiting for government to come. You know, I don't blame the people in our counties. I blame all you educated people that call you and all of you are from wherever you're from, the Pella country, wherever you're from. You sitting in America, your people suffering. Monrovia look better than Banga and Ganta and all the places. All the money being spent in Monrovia. You're not investing in your counties. Everybody want to invest in Monrovia. Your brother can't live in Monrovia. So why you're coming to live to Monrovia? Some of us people in Monrovia going up country. We'll buy up country. You go back to Monrovia. Monrovia is too crowded for me. Why going to live in Monrovia for? Our educator in Bon County. Now my county. I represented Bon County in the county meet. Now my county. So you'll take Monrovia, we'll go up country. Well, it's nice and beautiful and the air is clean and fresh. We'll go up there, build. You'll take Monrovia. Because you think when you come Monrovia, you will change Liberia. It will not change. Now you got to invest in your own area. You know, you talk about Congo man. Then you will come Monrovia to live with the Congo people. Everybody want to leave their county to come to Monrovia. Huh? Instead of everybody trying to go to the counties to develop the counties and live in the county and educate the people and teach their people. Nobody in the counties. Everybody in Monrovia. The whole Monrovia got almost 3 million people. And we can't have no development plans either. Okay, my lesson on this thing. Let me just conclude. I believe in protests. I tell you what Ellen Johnson said. They brought all this thing here in our country. And she's still a major player in our politics today. She still won't decide for us whether her decision for our country was right or wrong. We don't want Ellen Johnson Sirleaf involved in anything in our country. We want the West to stop using this woman for international affairs, to stop appointing to this woman to World Organization. This woman has done enough. And the more you appoint this woman to World Organization, you're sanctioning the fact that she's destroying Liberia and Africa. She is. There is no way to think this woman doing, because the way that she now messed my country up, I know she's done the same to other African organizations and things, where these African men are so flabbergasted and in love with light-skinned women. They go nuts when they see people that Ellen Johnson color. They think that white women, that African white women. So they want hold her and hug her and kiss her and all kind of things. They go nuts over her. I'm not that kind of man. I'm not that kind of man. Okay? So, hey, I can't tell you what to do. But I will never see power in my country again. Power. Are you stupid, Cully? You think I want to rule you? I don't want to rule y'all, man. I will have my own system go on, man. Government. I won't work with government. You crazy? Like people that y'all won't work for government. Not me. So this is the situation we see. Everybody think, oh, you now see power. You power. Power is money. Power, you got money? Power is money to me. I don't give a damn where George we are ruling country. Who want that kind of trouble? The man can't read and write, he's ruling you. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You got a dummy ruling you, the man can't read and write, he's sitting in the money, you can't do nothing about it. That ruling you? I'm not a government man. The only work I would do in government that will catch criminals like you, James Cully. And when you hear my name, you better go hard because I'm really corrupt too. You're from the old system. So I'll stop with you for now. Okay? Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, let me end my course for you here today. But we got to change our country. We got to change our mindset sets. We got to change our mindsets. You see? And the more people think they come here, they're antagonizing people, acting like idiots, like dummies. It demonstrates that the educated people in our country are some of the most dumb and useless people that got our country down. Because they come here and demonstrate their ignorance. They demonstrate their backwardness, their hatred. You know, you can't be educated and do that. When you're educated and do that, it demonstrates that your education is nothing. You got educated, but you don't have wisdom, knowledge, no understanding. And then the animal can get educated. You can teach the animal how to jump over the block and say A, B, C. But you can't. Wisdom and knowledge and understanding are things that only kind-hearted people who care about other people. It's not about God so much, because God is in everything that is benevolent and good and nice and civil. God is in those things. When you're looking for God, because those things relate to the people. And God is always with the people. God is always with the people. So it doesn't matter what a few people say. When you have your mindset right, you have your direction right, we can do away with other Liberian people who are bullshitters. We can just leave them by the side. They add nothing to us. They subtract nothing from us. They can't hurt us. Okay? So just let them bark, and we'll get ready. We just push them down and put them in the government toilet. So let me take my break, and we'll talk about my people in the Buduburam refugee camp. Okay? I'll just hit the sounds and come back so Colette can be confused. Today, my people in the Buduburam refugee camp are graduating. These children took the course for 6 months, but after the 6 months course, they needed more individual training. So we extended the course for 1 more month so they could get that individual training. And by the blessings of God, these children have done well, man. They really learn, especially those that really wanted to pick up, they did. You all saw the videos. Who come here to see my show, you saw the videos of these young children every day baking, creaming, doing the different things. But it pays off. And now they're coming to get the diploma from the Friends of Rodney Chesson organizations, like the Glen S. Prescod Community School. So I want to extend my deepest thanks and appreciation to my staff, my supervisor, then to the children, the students, because they done well. They didn't waste our money. All that money I got and put in there, they didn't waste it. Okay? They learned, and some of them are even baking now and selling their own products on the camp. Now, I know who told them that I was going to buy oven for them. That's the new thing on the camp. Or they see our dad say he's going to buy all of us one oven. So if y'all make the donation to me, my people, I will give one of them one small oven. So if you send the cash, my cash app up here. If y'all want to help the people on the Buduburam refugee camp attend and buy their own oven, send the cash to me. We can buy these small ovens for them and whatever it is. So the other than say they want one free oven. So I put it to y'all to help them, okay? I've done my share. I'm running the school. They're getting the education, okay? And I'm sending it into the world. Now they want the world to help them. The rest of the Liberian people join the boat and you'll help these children, okay? So let me put the video up and hear me, my message to them this morning, because they have done exceptionally well. I want to really, really thank them. There was a question in my mind whether all of them were going to go through this course. Because you never know, you start something from people, they started, they find out they don't want to do it. But these children stuck with the course. They started off at 40. We graduated 37 of them. Okay? 37 of them are graduated today. So the 3 short of the 40. And they have done well. Now we got people knocking at the door. They want to register for the next class next year. We tell them, hold on, because we got to see how we do this thing. Hold on, okay? So we got people lining up for the next class next year. Here's my message to my students. I hope it's still play. Today is a very, very special occasion. It is the first graduation ceremony of the Friends of Rodney Chesson organizations, Dr. Glen S. Prescod, Community Self-Help, Vocational baking school on the Buduburam refugee camp in the West African Republic of Ghana. As you have witnessed over the past months on my internet talk show, my wife Karen and I have been very concerned about the plight and future of adults and youth from Liberia and of Liberia descent residing on the camp. Most of them were relocated to Ghana during Liberia's prolonged 14-year civil war, while others were children taken there with their parents. Others still were born and raised on the camp and have known nothing else but what they have on the Buduburam refugee camp. Thus, they are stranded and with little help from the Ghanaian authorities and the world. Realizing their plight and the need to advance the futures for our youth on that camp, my wife and I embarked upon a mission to establish and open a baking, sewing, and computer literacy class and school on the camp. To pursue this initiative, we wrote to friends and well-wishers across the United States of America and especially within the states of Rhode Island, requesting help to establish and open this school on the camp. The funds we were able to receive were used to renovate 2 classrooms, the supervisor and the supervisor quarters. We were able to buy supplies and ovens for the baking school. Unfortunately, we have not been able to open the sewing and the computer literacy school as yet. But the funding that we received was sufficient to open a baking school that is currently named after our most financially assisting sponsor, who is Dr. Glenn S. Prescod, who the school is currently named after. Dr. Prescod is one of, if not the only, black eye surgeon within the state of Rhode Island. And we want to thank him and express our appreciation for his involvement and letting us use his name on our school. For the past 7 months, the students underwent a litany of rigorous baking classes to qualify for them to graduate today. To the students, Karen and I want to say that you have come a long way. And because of your dedication, your determination to learn, and your abilities, you are now graduating today and receiving a certificate that tells the whole wide world that you are professionals. You have earned for yourself a baking certificate and can go out in the world and demonstrate that you are a person of substance. You are a person of value. And we love you and appreciate you. To the supervisor, CEO Roland Son Joloka, and teachers, Cici Wea Norma, Ruth Carbier, and Amy Mason, we take our hats off to you and congratulate you for an exceptional job well done. We want to publicly announce that although we had our sponsors mostly from the United States of America, one of our biggest sponsors on the camp itself is one of our students who is graduating today as well, Miss Azetta Jua. It was because of Azetta Jua that all of this has been made possible. She, out of her kindness, donated 2 rooms in her business building for us to renovate and use as our classrooms today. Ms. Azetta Jewel is also a graduating student today. We want to say thank you, Azetta. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Because without you, none of this would be a realization. So you are a big part of this. You are a big part of this. Because we'll still be using your buildings until we can build our own or find the money to afford to rent our own building. So you are a big part of this effort, and we want you to know that. And we appreciate you. Also, we cannot forget to consistently thank our sponsors in the United States of America, especially our big money dollar sponsors, the Sunrise Forever Organization, Mr. Benjamin Green of Maryland State, our Congressman David Cicilline, and a few other people who gave some smaller amounts. But these were among our big donors. And we want to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation to you. And not only to you, but to everybody who gave. Because every penny helped us to achieve this great success today. So, in a few hours, Ghana time, the students, their families, well-wishers, friends, the public will gather on the Buduburam refugee camp for the first graduation ceremony of the Friends of Rodney Chesson organizations, Dr. Glenn S. Prescod Community Self-Help Vocational Baking School. We look forward to opening the other schools with the support that we will continue to receive from the public. But right now, our baking school has been successful. We are graduating our first class, and we look forward to enrolling more students for our next class for 2023. Again, I take this great opportunity to extend my love, thanks, and appreciation to my wife, to all our sponsors, to Azetta Jewel. Roller Son Joloka, Sisi Weir and Norman, Ruth Kabiet, Amy Mason, and all those people in Ghana on the Buduburam camp who have worked with my staff and friends to make this day what it is. A successful, blessed, and glorious day for the advancement of our people who are away from home. I say to you, Godspeed, Aluta, continua, blessings. Have a good day. Well, my class is done for the day. Have a good Saturday. I'm going to watch the football game. Ouch! I'm going to be out there watching that football game. Kelly, you coming? I see you. Kelly, you coming? Oh, Kelly, you coming? Kelly, you coming? Oh, Kelly, you coming?